How are you? I hate being asked that question. Seriously, because it's kind of like a social rule where you're supposed to say, I'm fine, and then you ask the other person how they're doing, and then they say they're fine. And heaven forbid you tell them that you're not doing okay, because then they're going to keep prying and prying, and then, even worse, they're going to turn around to talk about themselves, and then you have to console them. I really hate being asked, how are you? Because first of all, I think it's a very lazy phrase. I think it's a very lazy phrase that we say to each other as adults, you know. Let's just get to the punchline. With my best friend, like, we just go immediately into talking about our day, and then we're always like afterwards, oh yeah, by the way, I hope you have a good day. But this week I've just been feeling very off. Really, really off. Before, at the beginning of this pandemic / breakup, every morning I would wake up and be like, oh God, I'm alive. But lately I've woken up and I've been like, oh, I'm alive. I'm here. Now what? Something that I often reply when people ask me, how are you? Is I say that say that again. I'm on a roller coaster that only goes up. And they always think that that's something negative. And I think to myself, oh, you don't read. The reason why I say that phrase is, like I said, I think I'm fine is very lazy. And I got it from a book, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. And the two main characters are cancer survivors. And in their meeting, one of the characters, he says, I'm always on a roller coaster that always goes up. And the way that you perceive that is how you look at life. I look at it as, first of all, I love roller coasters. Huge adrenaline junkie. Obviously, I'm sure you're not surprised. But there's always that excitement when I'm always going up on the roller coaster. There's always that feeling of, okay, there's no going back now, and I'm looking forward to the drop. Sorry if you hear yelling in the background. Just another day at my mom's house. Another thing that I often say from the book is okay. O-K-A-Y, spelled out. And that was their way of communicating to each other that they love each other. I was listening to Theo Vaughn's podcast earlier this past weekend. That's the name of the podcast. And he said to his listeners, if there's anything that I can encourage you, is that everything is okay. Everything's going to be okay. And I don't know why that just keeps hitting me. And this morning I just felt so off. And I feel like I should say sorry to someone, but I don't know who to say sorry to. Because I know that, God, I feel like this past couple of months I've been going so fast, you know, like meeting people and then networking with people and losing friends so quickly, which I'm good. I'm like, I'm all about, like, let's just cut to the chase scene. Like, if we're not going to be friends, let's do it. But like 100% of the time it's my fault, which I'm all about accountability. I'm all about that. But like, fuck. I wish I could just shut the fuck up sometimes, because it gets me in so much trouble. And I'm really trying my best. And I want to blame it on the actor in me. I want to blame it on the person who studied for years in theater, that I know how to think on my feet. I'm very quick on my feet. But sometimes it gets me in a lot of fucking trouble. And I don't mean to. And I don't want to ruin relationships or anything as a result of the fact that I won't shut the fuck up. I feel like a lot of the times with the social media strategies, they're like cheat codes in video games, you know? Like, you spent like a week trying to beat the boss and you can't figure it out, so you're like, I'm just gonna like just watch this YouTube video or just look at this Reddit thread in order to get to the chase scene. But it's like, I just want to get in the habit of being honest. But God, we don't say out loud the repercussions of being honest. Because a lot of people want to hear a lie. A lot of people want to hear that I'm fine. And that's so strange to me. That's so strange how we will willingly lie to each other in order to comfort the other person. So is lying good sometimes? Very confused. I'm really good at New Year's resolutions. Because I'm really good at keeping my word to myself. And I'm really good at not lying to myself. Well, except for one year, I said that I'm not going to cry anymore. And like I cried on like the 6th day and I was like, fuck, can we go back in time? For this new year, I want to continue being a woman of my word, which, just remembering it, I was supposed to, I'm a brand ambassador for Lois Lane. And today I was supposed to do a tutorial, but I just really felt a tug and a pull to just talk to the camera because I usually don't do that without a plan. You know, I don't want to use any cheat codes. I want to be a woman of my word. And I know that, I guess I'm building a reputation of, she's consistent, which I love hearing, or she could beat my ass. A lot of guys say that, and I'm like, no, I probably couldn't. I just talk a lot of shit. Or a reputation of, you're just so pretty. But I really want to build a reputation of, she's a woman of her word and she's professional. And when she says she's going to do something, she's going to do it. No matter how she feels. No matter if she has to do it with the sun blaring in her face, sweating, phone dying, she's gonna do it. She's gonna follow through. And she's gonna be honest. No matter the consequences. And trust, I hope that you believe me when I say that everything is going to be okay. Okay? And when I say okay, I have a hard time saying the L word. But when I say okay, that means that I love you. And this is not the end. Thank you for waking up this morning. And thank you for being my friend. Bye. Merry Christmas, whatever day that you're watching this. That ends with a Y. Bye.